What's going on, everybody? Strike City DMV. I am here in the new neighborhood. I know I've been MIA for a long time, but hey, as you can see, I have finally arrived. This is the new crib right here, and I couldn't be more happier to finally be in this crib. It's been a long time coming. Long time coming. And it's been a short, long-lived season already. I got to give y'all an update. My computer has been down for a while, and I've been so busy with moving and stuff. So I apologize for the delay, but I got my MacBook up and running, and I got to give y'all some updates on tournaments, crazy boaters, crazy stuff. But as you can see, I now have a garage. Still got some unpacking to do. My dad helped me get my peg wall up, you know, full of ride bait stuff. And Zoom and Yamamoto, but this is the main stuff that I use. I still got a lot of stuff to add, but this is the stuff that I use that I grabbed real quick for the tournament. Just got back a few weeks ago, beginning of April from Nationals, so I guess it's a month now, but still packed up, still got tags up there from the airport. But without further ado, let me get right into the sorry about that, y'all. My battery died. I had to do a quick battery switch. But without further ado, like I said, I'll save. I got a short video coming out next week here or so for updating you guys on Nationals, how I did out there. It was a tough tournament. We had a tornado, touchdown in Shreveport, Bossier City. It got to be 39, 40 something degrees. It was freezing. Nothing you expect for Louisiana, but let's get into this last tournament on the Potomac. Guess I'll sit down in here and go over what actually happened. So the get this camera right here. So the actual tournament. Let me just say this. Rule number one, never leave fish. We have a lot of boaters out there that they just want to run around, and that's fine, you know, if you're in the Elite Series. But, you know, we're weekend anglers out here. We're not in the Elite Series. We're not fishing in multiple day tournaments. We're fishing a 8-hour, one-day tournament. It's hard enough as is to find fish, especially quality fish. So when you find fish, you need to stay on fish. When I get my boat, that's never going to be a problem. And you know, if boaters are listening, watching, they don't agree with it, that's fine. Doesn't bother me one bit. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. But when you find fish, you got to stay on fish. That's to anybody, boaters, co-anglers, just anybody fishing in general. That's probably a general rule. I'm sure I've heard it before. I'm sure everyone else has heard it before. But anyway, had a really good guy. My last BFL, which was the first BFL in Potomac, Shanendoah division, and great guy. He asked me my opinion on the river. And I told him, I said, hey, the river is picking up. I've been out there a couple of times. Hadn't been out there but once within the last week before the tournament. He had been out there once, but I've been out there several times prior to that, and he lived maybe at 2 hours and some change, 3 hours away in Maryland, but just further out, so he didn't have the opportunity to get on the river as much as I did. But what I told him was, hey, you don't have to burn any gas at all. As soon as you blast off, I just hang a right, turn up in Woman, and fish the crap out of it, because the fish are biting like crazy. So to anybody that's going to be fishing a tournament in the next couple weeks on the Potomac, Woman is on fire, Woman is on fire, and Woman is on fire. All right, let me just say that. Oh, Woman is on fire. You don't have to burn any gas. Woman is on fire. And I told him that. My boater was really pressed about trying to get to the Chickamauga. We've had a lot of wind prior to that last tournament. The river was in bad shape. I told him, I said, hey, it's debris everywhere. You might not want to make that run. You're probably going to tear something up. Tear a prop, tear your ear off your prop. Something's bad's going to happen. So it was a gigantic fog gigantic fog, one of the biggest fogs I ever seen. I'm surprised that the tournament didn't get postponed. But you know, and not to mention that it was Potomac teams was launching out of Pennsylvania. So anybody knows how the river is set up, Mattawoman and Pennsylvania are directly across from each other, kind of like if you're looking at a compass, like north, where north relates to south is. Guys were blasting off from just before us, coming into Mattawoman, into the fog, and boats in Mattawoman was blasting off going out. So that's just like a recipe for disaster. And I told him, I said, hey man, I don't think we should leave right now because it's too dangerous. You can't even see. And he kind of dillied back and forth. I said, hey, you know, if it's gonna be like that, and you think that you really think you want to make that run, you might. I'll gladly go back to the ramp. That's how dangerous I felt it was. That's how serious I was about it. And he thought about it. He's like, yeah, it's a little too dangerous. And we just stayed. So I was like, thank God. Because I was really going to cancel that tournament. You know, it's not that serious. It's just literally like driving on a one-way street. You couldn't see anything. It was that much fog. And the fog never let up. In fact, it got worse. It didn't let up until about almost 1 o'clock. So with that being said, we were on a spot. And this is what I threw. You know me, I'm on a jig. I threw a Riot Baits minima jig. This is a 3/8 ounce. I think I had a 1/2 ounce. Notice the small profile. The color is black and blue. I had a blue sapphire. I don't think I need to wear some more. Actually, no, I got a couple more packs, but I still need some more. But I had a Riot Baits Tantra trailer. And, you know, that's pretty much what I threw the majority of the time because I knew fish would be, you know, staging. And I wanted to target the bigger fish. A lot of times as a coin angler, you don't get as many shots, so you got to maximize your shots. It all depends on who you're fishing with. And I honestly felt like I wouldn't get as many shots, not because he wasn't a good guy or anything like that, but I just felt like I could catch 3 fish that probably could propel me, you know, really high or get me at least a good size check, if not put me in contention for a shot. So, with that being said, I caught a toad. I thought he was pushing 6. I thought she was pushing 6. Got to the scales and she shrunk on me. She was just under 5, like 3 ounces under 5. But I think she ended up spawning out maybe like, you know, before I caught her, maybe a couple of days or something, because she was a giant. Everybody I showed at the weigh-in thought it was bigger than what it was, including myself. I thought it was at least 5 and a quarter. What? For her to be 3 ounces under 5, I was like, wow. She had shoulders. She was long. She was a big fish. She had a gigantic head. She was a big fish. But my boater caught one good one on a wacky rig. We found a spot within a spot. In Mattawoman, it was a little bit deeper spot. It had and it was a transition area. There was rocks on the shoreline, followed by wood, and we saw a gigantic laydown. And we found a hole. It was a little bit deeper water, about 6 to 8 feet in the spot. Actually, 7 to 8 feet in the spot we were at. And you can feel when you drag your jig down there on the bottom, I can feel that Riot Baits minima jig just running over top of rocks and just everything, logs. And when she hit, you know, I thought it was a catfish because it was my rod was just bowing down. I was actually talking and my rod was bowing down and it's slowly bowing down and my line was just taking off. It had to be 30 feet to the left of me, and when I leaned into her, she just didn't move. It was just crazy. But anyway, I catch that giant and we leave. I couldn't believe it. I mean, we left. I was devastated. To be honest with you, I was devastated. We left, and the fog finally let up a little bit, and he wanted to try to run out to the main river, and I was like, all right, dude, you're asking for trouble. But I didn't say that. That was what I was thinking in my mind. So we left, got halfway down the river, and it was a no-go. It was debris everywhere. It looked like a minefield. Thought I was back in Iraq. So we ended up having to make a U-turn and come all the way back. Lost about an hour, and this is during prime time feeding time. Low tide, outgoing tide or whatever. It was just prime time. We missed an hour, so that bite window was just gone, and you can't get that back in the day. We get back to the spot. He flips his Senko in there as I'm starting to tie on a wacky rig, and he catches a close to 4-pounder. Man, it was 3 3/4 for sure, almost 4. And he's like, dude, I'm sorry, we should never left. We should just stay right here and beat him up all day. And I was thinking, yeah, we should have. We should have stayed there and beat him up all day. And he just wasn't patient, and he admitted it to me. He said, I'm just not patient. You know, I gotta work on that. But, you know, I'm just tired of fishing with guys that are finding this stuff out in tournaments. Or I'm patient. I can sit here and flip a jig and drag a jig all day long. It doesn't matter to me. A lot of guys can't do that. It doesn't matter to me. Whatever the fish want, that's what I'm gonna do. So, but anyway, that's the co angler life. I decided at that point I'm just gonna focus more on buying a boat. That right there just kind of did it for me, because fish were biting, guys were catching fish around us, but you gotta have the right opportunities. And a lot of these guys out here, they're just not patient. I came from the military. I'm very patient. Our motto is hurry up and wait. Anybody been in the Army, Marines, Air Force, Navy know military motto, hurry up and wait. So we know all about being patient. Doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter if I get the bite first thing in the morning or I get it 3 minutes before weigh-in. If I get the bites that I need, it doesn't matter when I get them. I just need to get them. So I'm gonna be cherry pecking tournaments here and there, but for the most part, I think I'm not gonna fish as many tournaments. Like I said, I am gonna cherry pick tournaments here and there, but I'm gonna start putting more of that money towards getting this boat next year, because I can't take it anymore. It's killing me fishing with guys that just don't have it. And great people, don't get me wrong, great people, very gracious to meet some good people. For the most part, you know, the guys, they have a clue, they just don't know how to be patient and pace themselves. But I have fished with a lot of good people last year, and but you know, it's nothing like making your own decisions. I just want to live and die by my own decisions. I'm tired of dying by someone else's bad decisions when I know I can catch more than what I'm catching. So, but anyway, not to get a long drawn out video, I'll have more coming soon. I just want to get another video out, or a video out. It's been a while, a few months, probably like 4 months at least, a solid 4 months since I put a video out. Just been moving, getting all this stuff together. But I'm here, I'm in the new house. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, man. So this is step 1 to the boat, getting the house. It was real hard not to go get a Z520, but I decided to make the smart choice and go get the house first, and you know, set myself up. So that's what it is. Stay tuned. Thanks to everybody for supporting and you know, just speaking to me and talking to me outside of at the weigh-ins and just some different tournaments. On the fence about fishing Smith Mountain, we're gonna see. I definitely fished the James River, BFL. Again, I grew up fishing that area. James River is tough. I love tough fishing. That's just my thing. I love tough fishing. So I'll be out there. Maybe do a couple NCBF tournaments. I've never fished NCBF, but I may cherry pick 1 or 2 of those. We'll see. And hopefully I can do a little bit more team stuff, and just not do all of the ABAs and all of the BFLs like I did last year and burn myself out, and then do team tournaments. So I'm gonna just dial it back a bit and put some more of this money towards the boat, and actually get used to paying this new mortgage too. So stay tuned. Thanks for everybody for subscribing. Please subscribe. Strike City. I'm on YouTube at Strike City DMV. I'm on Instagram. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Help me get to 1,000. I think I'm at like, I don't know, 785 or something like that. I'm gonna be putting out more content. I will get to 1,000 subscribers this year. Stay tuned. More updates to come. Strike City.